only reason that anybody ever went to live was because they got $10 million to go to live. You go to Florida, and almost every course is Bermuda because Bermuda handles the heat better and like the intense UV.
Right. Oh, okay.
And so, but Bermuda has grains. So you could have a putt that looks like it's directly flat, like on this table, but the grain is going that way, and it'll tug the putt like 2 or 3 balls that way. Clowning on people in Ferraris, calling them losers, as we're just mobbing by 4 grown adult men in a hybrid minivan. With golf, though, the beauty of it is that you could have such varying skill levels that can all play together and compete together without having to worry about like anything else. So like I could play golf with Tiger Woods, and because of the handicap system, I can compete with Tiger Woods.
Is golf actually relaxing?
So I'm not typically one to like get angry on the golf course. I used to have that problem, and this is one thing that I think should be eradicated from the game of golf. Those are very, very stressful events because it's all on you. You don't have a team to rely on unless you play. I agree with Garrett Clark on this. I don't think golf is a sport. I think that golf is a game, and I think it's a mind game, not a sport.
What's up, guys? I had my friend Rick on. We talked about YouTube golf. We talked about Rick being a scratch golfer. It was a cool convo. This is part 1 out of 2, which will be out later in the month. Hope you enjoy it. Peace. And that's the thing, too, with one guy that will not be named that was saying, hey, Ben, when you talk to Rick, make sure you know your stuff on nuclear engineering. And I'm like, well, dude, I just have a couple questions I wanted to ask him about, like, nuclear fission versus fusion.
Yeah,
you know?
simple things, really.
Yeah, we'll hit
We're
that.
not going to bog you down with that.
Yeah. Anyways, we'll hit that later and whatever. But one of the big reasons is that, so we just only met, like, what, 6 months ago, a year ago?
Yeah, less than a year. Probably 6 months ago, I think is valid.
We met it through Dan Toms. He's also, once again, him and Cass are coming up to do they're one of my next guests to do a third wheeling, which I'm like, that would be electric.
That's going to be funny.
I also don't feel like they could handle hot food. Can you
Yeah,
handle hot food?
I can. I love hot food.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hotter the better. I don't know about Cass. I know that Dan likes spicy things. I just don't know how far he goes.
Yeah, because there's different types of. There's a certain scale. I forget what it's called.
The Scoville.
Yeah, but it goes up to like 900 or thousands or something?
Oh, it goes into the millions.
Oh, it does?
Yes.
Okay.
So you could have like a Carolina Reaper, which is like a 10 million Scoville unit pepper. And if you eat it, it can cause like heart attacks. It can cause vision loss. Like it has, it's extreme.
Dang, man. Yeah, I remember the first time I ever did it with just like some different types of sriracha and like the, actually, I think I might have it right here. Hold on. Oh, yeah, I do. Sorry, guys. We will get to nuclear engineering and wine and all that stuff soon.
And golf.
And golf. But it's called The Last Dab. So it smells awful. And it's one of those things where it doesn't hit you until like 20 seconds later. But, oh, jeez, dude. Like, it even smells. It smelled like this when I first got it. But it just smells like it's been like sitting in the.
See. Oh, this is from Hot Ones.
Yeah, so I want to get the whole eventual Hot Ones.
It smells pretty good, actually.
Okay, so so you must be hardcore then, because one of my.
So what is Pepper X? What is a Pepper X? Pepper.
You got me, man.
I'm not sure I've ever heard of that.
I have no clue, man. But anyway, so we the first time I've ever been able to really get away like from New England without, like having my parents pay for the flight or whatever. Like This is the first time. So we just went to West Palm Beach, and for the longest time we were always thinking it's always been like me, Shane, Dan, and like one of our other friends and whatever, but we've never had like that fourth person or whatever. And it turns out, man, you are going to be the fourth person. Obviously, even when we play golf and stuff, like, dude, you are the nicest person ever, because like seeing me like shoot like a 105 110 like in a cart, and you're like mad that you shot like an 80 or whatever at our first course, like, yeah, let's just get into all that in golf. And
I mean, that's it. With golf, though, the beauty of it is that you could have such varying skill levels that can all play together and compete together without having to worry about like anything else. So like I could play golf with Tiger Woods, and because of the handicap system, I can compete with Tiger Woods. As long as I play to my game and he plays to his, it would be an even match. And that's where it gets tricky.
How many strokes are you going to ask off Tiger?
Off Tiger? 8 to 10, probably.
Well, wow. That's awesome. That's good for you then, man. I'd have to I wouldn't even ask. Dude, me, Shane, and Dan could do like a scramble against Tiger Woods, and we would still have to ask for like 10 strokes.
Probably.
Or whatever. So so as if I didn't say it already, you are or are not, you're pretty close to a scratch, right?
At this point right now, my index is a 1.3. A couple years ago when I was playing a lot more golf, and in college when I played golf, I was a plus 2.5. So I was a plus handicap for a while, and then I went all the way up to like somewhere around a 5 or a 6, and then I got back down to like a 1.
Not a 6 or 7.
No. All right, so that's certainly not that.
Dude, the amount of 6-7 jokes we had on our golf trip was just it was illustrious and overwhelming.
It was
at
brain
the same
rot.
time. It was brain rot. Anyways, also for people that, can you explain like the handicap system for someone who doesn't know?
Yeah. So if
I
you're not,
barely understand.
Yeah, so if you're not a golfer, you probably won't understand the handicap system. But anyway, every player, if you're registered with the GHIN, you get a number and a handicap index based off of your average scores at different courses to par. So if you were to play a course, and let's say this is very basic, like obviously every course has its own slope rating and its own course rating. That's the USGA goes in and they rate a course to tell you how hard it is. If you go play a course that's rated at a 72, which is what most are, and the slope is like a 115, that would be like, if I shot 5 over, I'd be a 5 handicap. So if you shoot a 77, that's a 5 handicap. Although each course has
simple
a different
math.
Yeah, each course has a different rating. So if you play a much harder course and you shoot a 77, you might actually be a 1 or a 2. It depends on what the USGA rated it at, and then also what your like previous scores and average strokes. I guess.
Is it so? If someone's like trying to keep track of their handicap, that means that their 10 best scores.
Yeah, so the
evened out.
Yeah, so the 10 best scores that are listed on the 10 hardest courses that you've played are what get counted into your GHIN number. So it really is kind of a weird system in that way, where you have to play quite a bit to get a legitimate handicap. You can't go out and play like 2 rounds a year and shoot like an 85 and be like, well, I'm a 13. Yeah. It's like, well, you're probably not a 13. Let's play 8 more rounds and we'll see what you are.
What app do you use for that?
I use the GHIN app. So
that is an app? Okay. All right,
yeah,
gotcha.
so it's the USGA's own app that they do. It's the GIN app. So all you have to do is just plug your score in. You do have to pay to have a GIN membership.
Well, because it's official, right?
Right. It's official. It's an official scoring, because when I play tournaments, like when I play New Hampshire state tournaments and stuff like that, or I played a lot in Maine too, you have to have a registered GIN number with a handicap in the system, because a lot of tournaments that I play have a handicap minimum. So, like, you can't play it unless you're a 5 or below, because you don't want some guy going out there and just getting decimated, you know, because it wouldn't be fair.
Well, also, they're just like, you don't appreciate, you don't practice. Like,
you don't appreciate the game enough to be here.
What courses would you play in Maine, by the way? Because I've only played like 2 up there.
So I used to play a lot in southern Maine, like southeastern Maine on the coast. And one of my favorites of all time is the Links at Outlook, which is in South Berwick, Maine. It's right over the border from Dover, New Hampshire.
Did you tell us about this one?
I think I did briefly. Okay. It's kind of Link style, so it's like wide open, ocean breeze coming through. Although it's not directly in the water, it's close enough that you do still get that kind of like wind effect.
The Links at Outlook?
The Links at Outlook, yep. And they have a really cool event center there as well. The course layout's nice. It's very hilly, but it's also very flat. Like in portions, the front nine's very difficult. The back nine's a little easier. Beautiful course, and it's very. It's affordable. They've got good tee box options for people that maybe aren't the best of golfers. You can play off of they have, I think, 6 tee boxes that you can play out.
Yeah, that's a great question. So what? Because most of the places that I play, it's like maybe 4 tees, but it's like kids. Sorry, guys, the women's tees, and then like the whites, blues, blacks.
Yeah. So typically, a course will have, and this is one thing that I think should be eradicated from the game of golf, is calling things, like you said, like, sorry guys, the women's tees. There's no such thing as women's tees, no such thing as senior tees, no such thing as kids tees. A tee box should be dependent on your handicap and your playing ability. You could be 25 years old, but you're a 35, 40 handicap, just first time ever getting on the course.
Yeah.
And you're going to try to play the white tees because that's the men's tees, and you're going to get rocked. So you really should be playing further forward. There are a lot of courses, too, around here that do show you, like, before you even get up to the first tee, it's like, this handicap plays on this tee, this handicap plays on this tee, and it tells you where you should play. So, like, at a course that I'm a frequent at in the summer is the Shattuck over in Jaffrey.
Oh, my God.
It's one of the hardest courses in New England. It's one of the
we
highest.
Film there.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Maybe I should film you guys playing there. I'll just be the cameraman.
We could do that. Yeah, but like
I would love to.
The Shattuck does give you that information when you get there. It's like, hey, if you are playing the black tees, like the tips, if you're tipping it out, you have to be a 5 or lower.
Yeah,
and they will enforce that. They'll actually look at your GIN number and be like, I don't know if you can play here.
Oh my gosh, man, that is absolutely insane. So, are these any of the? Does any of this look familiar in this South Main?
Yeah. So if you go to
I guess I could go to the actual. This website. Outlook
if you go all the way to the left, top left, and then one down, that's hole 9. So it comes back at the clubhouse. There's water, kind of like before that bunker on the left.
Yeah.
The road is to the left, and you have this beautiful view going up the hill to the hole. Nice, like the green is really nice. It's very undulated. It's kind of hard to tell in this picture.
Yeah.
But the great part about this hole is that when you're done with it and you go around to go to the back 9, they actually have people like ask you what your order is for if you're getting something at the snack shack or whatever. You want a drink, you want food. There's people on the green that not only help you read the putt and like almost act as caddies, but they also take your order, and it's hot and ready by the time you get off the green.
Oh my gosh, is it pricey?
No, it's moderate. It's a little more expensive than if you were to go to like a restaurant or whatever. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, wow, that's awesome, man. Dude, even backing up totally. How did you get into golf or whatever? Because we're the same age. We're both 27 and stuff. I didn't start till 2020 almost and whatever.
Yeah, so you're a recent player.
I've only been playing, like I said, for 5 years, and everyone can tell. But give us your background, Rick.
Yeah, so my background in golf would be, so I actually started my sports journey as a hockey player.
Right.
And I still play hockey 2 to 3 times a week. I play in a competitive...
You do play 2 or 3 times a week?
Yeah, I
remember you saying you did it, but wow.
Yeah, I'm in a competitive men's league for what that's worth. I'm a goaltender. I've been a goaltender my entire life. I absolutely love the game. So I started as a hockey player, and when I was a kid, I used to look and see that like a lot of hockey players played golf too. And I was like, I want to get into golf. And my dad played golf. He played golf in high school. He was a good golfer, and so he got me into it when I was young. I think I was probably about 7 years old or so. Wow. And then I started just kind of like hitting around in a net, like in the backyard. And next thing I know, it's like my favorite passion. And so coming up into like middle school, high school years. In high school, I played for the high school golf team. I won the individual state tournament.
Oh, okay, Rick.
So I had a pedigree in high school, Hollis Brookline High School golf. I was the captain of the team.
So you did go to Hollis Brookline?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's my damn.
So I was the captain of the team. I worked at a golf course during high school. I worked at Sky Meadow Country Club.
Yeah, because you see like Sidney Crosby and like all those people like play a ton of golf. And I bet hockey players are actually like good golfers because they probably have good mechanics.
Yeah, a lot of them are, but a lot of it
that aren't. It's a little bit harder, right?
Yeah, baseball mechanics don't translate as well to golf because a baseball swing is very unilateral. So you're on one plane. Whereas like a slap shot or a wrist shot in hockey, you are using the rotational force of your body in an upward direction and a downward direction and you have to, create the balance within your skates as well because you're on ice. Because in baseball, you actually roll your hands over like this, whereas in hockey, you keep your hands kind of in the same spot. But this rolling motion and the golf, striking is not the same.
Yeah. For golf, what is the correct way for golf? Because aren't you supposed to? I know it's in the middle of your fingertips, but like, don't you have to turn your hands over when you're hitting?
Yeah, right. But you turn it over at the bottom of your down here instead of up here. Okay. So if you were to turn your hands over in a golf swing,
that's what I should do.
If you turn them over up here like a baseball player would, they have that tendency to do a pull slice.
Oh yeah, it was really interesting. So when we went on this golf trip, which was quite the occasion, we played a couple courses. Glen Lee, like I said, these were all basically. Glen Lee was in Port St. Lucie, but the other two we played Palm Beach National and
Sandhill Crane.
Sandhill Crane, dude, it was so funny because we hyped up this one course, Sandhill Crane, for the most. Like it was like $140 to play, and it was like the worst service and all this stuff. And to a certain degree, like me being like not a very good golfer, like I can't be like, oh, they didn't serve me well, I didn't do this. I'm always respecting the course. I'm playing fast, like I'm replacing my divots, like all that stuff, but showing up on time. But like with Sandhill, basically the last course that we found was Glen Lee, our first round, and it ended up being the best one.
I think Glen Lee was the best experience. The course is new, so it was established in 2025, so it's all very new, which means the greens, they still need some time to grow in. In Florida, you get Bermuda grass, so all the Bermuda grass is a little bit more high maintenance.
What's the difference between that and the grass up here?
So here,
is it Kentucky blue or whatever?
Well, yeah, I mean most of it on the fairways and things like that. If you go to a premium course around here, you're mostly going to find bent grass on the greens, and bent grass doesn't have a grain, so you don't need to worry about putting with grain. You go to Florida, and almost every course is Bermuda because Bermuda handles the heat better and the intense UV.
Right. Oh. Okay.
And but Bermuda has grain, so you could have a putt that looks like it's directly flat, like on this table, but the grain is going that way, and it'll tug the putt 2 or 3 balls that way.
Jeez.
So you have to it's one of those things. If you grew up playing in Florida, you probably know how to do it. But people like us, that was the first time I ever played golf in Florida. So
I forgot about that.
So I'm taking putts on the practice green that I think are perfect, and they're 2-3 feet wide. It's a humbling experience to say the least.
I tell you, man, it's humbling when I have to hit the ball 3 times to get to your drives, dude. I've never seen someone, and that's what's so interesting about golf. If your mechanics are just completely right, and your overall your weight distribution and all that, and your tempo is good, you can hit the ball 340 yards sometimes. Total, which is that's getting close to Brad Dalke level.
Yeah, I mean that's
out driving all these YouTube golfers.
Yeah, that's one of those things that is probably one of the strongest points of my game is my driving ability, and it always has been. I just have really good rotational force, and I make good contact with the ball. I'm not a super heavy guy. I'm not super tall. I don't have a lot of leverage in that regard.
Yeah,
but I spin fast and I make good contacts. So my ball speed is approximately 175 to 180 miles an hour.
Isn't that pro level? Is one?
Yeah, it's the I'm not trying to toot my own horn here. This is just the numbers.
One handicap.
The average ball speed on tour is 174.
That's what I thought.
It's in between 172 to 178. Somebody like Brad Dalke on the course on a normal day is 185.
Yeah.
So he's carrying the ball 340 yards, and I've never been in the mid 180s of my ball speed. That's a goal of mine. I'm hoping that maybe this year coming up I could put a lot of effort into it and try to get that extra speed.
Yeah.
But there's a lot that goes into that. Every extra 1 mile an hour when you're already in the 170s is very hard to come by.
Yeah. Wow. Well, like I said, man, it's literally a pleasure watching because I'm just once again, these things that for people that don't know golf, in Florida they have these things called false fronts. So it's the green that's next to the green. It's almost the same the same height, so when you're chipping or whatever, like it's very easy to scull it, and you don't want to like take a divot out right next to the green.
Right.
And I've never been one to really scull my chips up until like honestly a
couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I'm like I remember like I think I did it. It was like the 4th or 5th hole in a row on the back 9, and I remember you were being awesome, but you gave me one little look, and I'm like, I know, Rick. I'm like, this is so bad. It just is what it is. So
I was just looking out for you.
Thanks, man. So you just mentioned YouTube golf and whatever. So we're both and some of our friends too, big Bob Does Sports fans. So
huge.
Do you want to tell the story?
Yeah.
I want to hear from your perspective because you were the first one who saw him, right?
Yeah, I was. Yeah. So the 4 of us were walking from the parking garage to the restaurant that we picked out for the evening
after our awful showing at Sandhill Crane.
Yeah, that was. Yeah.
Actually, we have to back up one more time. Can you tell about the driver situation on?
Yeah. Let's hit on that quick because that's a good one. So I'm not typically one to. So I used to have. Yeah. All right. So this is too good. So I'm not typically one to like get angry on the golf course. I used to have that problem in junior golf. I used to play in the New England Junior Tour, and so I was playing really competitive tournaments when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And my dad was my caddy, and I remember we played a course. We'll get into this maybe a little later, but the best course I've ever played in my life. It's called Taconic Golf Club. It's in Williamstown, Mass. I played in a big tournament there, and I was getting angry, getting frustrated, and I was slamming clubs. I was throwing clubs. I was throwing balls. I was being, and my dad was meaningfully, he was very mad at me. He's like,
was he caddying for you? Or?
Yeah, he was my caddy. Yeah, He was like, you can't be doing that. I get it, you're playing bad, but that's a horrible look. You can't, you can't be doing that on the course. It's disrespectful. So for a while when I was younger, I had that problem where I would blow up on the course. I would get mad at myself, and I'd start
football or basketball.
Yeah, so I used to like throw stuff around, and that translates to hockey too. I used to do the same thing. I used to slam my stick against the post, and if I let a goal in, whatever. So we get to Sandhill Crane. Day 1 at Glenlee was one of the worst golf rounds I've played in probably 5 years. And I was already on edge from that. Beautiful course. I had a fantastic time there. I enjoyed every second of it.
Beautiful day.
Yeah.
Also, there's no one in front of us, no one behind us.
Yeah, no, it was
like 78.
Yeah, 78 and sunny, nobody there. I just didn't play good golf. I was looking forward to a great round at Sandhill Crane, which I ended up actually playing pretty decent at the end of it.
Yeah, I thought so. Didn't you shoot like 78 or something?
Like a
6 over?
It was like a 77, I believe.
Nice.
I think I was 5 over.
Okay, yeah.
But I was 5 over with like 3 triple bogeys.
Yeah.
Because I had 6 birdies, I believe. But anyway, we'll get to the.
Just insane.
Here's the good part of it, right? So we get to the. I believe it was like the 3rd hole. No, maybe it was like the.
No, dude, this was heading back. This is probably between like hole 7 or whatever.
Oh, you think so?
We're headed back to the clubhouse.
Oh yeah, we were headed that way. So I had already, I had
Was it hole 9?
Oh, maybe it was actually.
I think,
because
I'm like, the way you're hitting your 2-iron, which is another story. He nukes his 2-iron farther than like some of our other drives, me, Shane, and Dan's. But so yeah, I guess I'm already spoiling it. So continue.
Yeah. So. We get to hole 9. I don't know why I thought it was hole 3, but probably because I'm trying to cloud it out of my memory.
It's hard to, yeah.
We get there, and I top my driver. If you've ever played golf with me, I don't top my driver.
Yeah, like I said, this is an actual real golfer, guys. Not a high handicap.
This is not like it's not normal for me to top my driver, and I topped it right into the weeds, and I looked at it.
Yeah, because we had like a water in front of us too.
Yeah.
And like 2 more tee boxes before.
Yeah, but it wasn't like the water was never in play. This was
it ended up
being in play, unfortunately. So I topped my driver, and I saw red. I didn't see anything else except for red. And so I just I tried to shake it off a little bit, couldn't do it, and I decided to just take my driver like this and just bend it by hand and snap it.
Yeah,
in
you
half.
might have almost. I've never seen someone like bend it to the point where it almost snaps just with your arms. Because I thought I could have been wrong, but I don't know who hit it. Were you the first person on the tee box?
I was. Yeah,
because
they made it a
Shane
lot
and
worse.
Dan go top their drives. Then I go, because I didn't look at my feet, slice mine. Just a freaking 200-yard carry. I basically found myself, a long story short, like barely in play or whatever. But we're like, oh, dude, all of us like top the ball, and then I think we go again. Shane tops his, Dan's goes out of bounds, and then you go and you hit your.
I hit a very nice 2-iron after I snapped my driver.
What type of driver do you have?
Titleist TS3.
Okay, because you have Mizuno irons, right?
I do, yeah.
Playing with blades, so I'm like, shh.
But yeah, that was a tough.
I was looking
day
over here, like
that.
looking at a freaking Sandhill Crane or whatever at Sandhill Crane, and then I just hear, and you didn't speak for like 5 minutes, and I was like, that's fair.
I had to cool down a bit.
Yeah.
Very
understandable though.
Very unlike me, but we rallied. We got through it, and to be fair, I needed a new shaft for my driver anyway. So
yeah, I guess there's that. I had this written down too. Like, is golf actually relaxing? I sometimes you can't really tell.
I'll put it this way: I find golf relaxing because I really enjoy golf. Golf is not relaxing inherently because it really gets on your nerves.
The pressure is unbelievable.
Yeah. But I think depending on the situation, like if you're playing in, like I've played in some pretty big tournaments. I've played in like college tournaments or anything like the New Hampshire Tour, Junior New England PGA Tour. Those are very, very stressful events. Because it's all on you. You don't have a team to rely on unless you play live golf, which is a joke anyway, and it's going to be not a thing in like 4 months.
Yeah, it probably is, huh?
Yeah, I mean, all the guys are coming back to the PGA Tour, so.
And the PGA Tour kind of wants that now because they miss all those old guys. But I thought for a second they wouldn't have all the.
The only reason that anybody ever went to live was because they got $10 million to go to live. So that's why.
Add another zero, I think, depending upon who you talk to. Didn't John Rahm get like stupid amounts of money?
Was it $100 million?
Yeah, I think him and Phil got like $250.
Oh wow.
Let me look that up.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think I find it to be a relaxing, comfortable hobby. And I will say I agree with Garrett Clark on this. I don't think golf is a sport.
Ooh.
I think that golf is a game. And I think it's a mind game, not a sport.
That's going in the trailer. Look at this. John Rahm's the highest paid live golfer, earning 102 to 218 million.
See, that's unbelievable.
By
$200+ million, $300 to $600 million contracts. So that's where like these like Saudi princes are saying, "Hey, I'll give you $500 million to come play in this joke of a golf tour." And he's like, "Yeah, of course, why not?" And then he's just going to end up leaving anyway.
Right before we get to I wanted to do some quick fire golf stuff, which I think could be fun.
Oh wait, did we finish that story?
Oh, we never got to the main reason why.
So we backtracked to Sandhill Crane, correct?
Yes.
We backtracked.
So you recovered after you shot a 77, which is with that many bogeys and.
Yeah, I mean it's acceptable for being winter time.
You're putting like crazy though.
Yeah.
You were getting there super close.
I was okay with that. So we finished our round there. All four of us were defeated. Not really because of the golf mostly, but because of like the inadequacy of the service that we had there.
Yeah, it was 140 and it was like worse.
Nobody was there.
Even at Glen Lee, like they're bringing your carts to you. The cart
it was
like,
great.
Hey, I'll be back in 40 minutes or so. We're like, okay.
Yeah, they kept us updated, whatever. But anyway, let the past be the past.
Yeah.
We finished that round. We get in the car and we're like, well, we're already down in West Palm. We
Can
don't
talk about our car though, really quickly.
Yeah.
We're in a hybrid.
Yeah.
There's just one thing as we're going to the restaurant or whatever. We're like, look at these losers or whatever that are like walking on the street. Like Rick's saying this is Rick's driving, and then like, dude, we're like 27, 28, like Dan's 30, and we're just freaking ripping around West Palm Beach in like a mom white hybrid car.
Yeah. So we were
calling other people losers.
Yeah, so we're in West.
It's a good choice, though.
Yeah, we're in West Palm Beach, Florida, which for those of you that aren't familiar is a very affluent place. There's a lot of expensive cars, a lot of expensive people.
A lot of NPCs, though. If
right.
It's
ton of NPCs.
4 a.m.
Yeah, exactly.
Get in from the airport at 4 a.m.
That's kind of the thing that you deal with down there anyway during the winter is that it's whatever. It's a very nice place.
Yeah.
And I decided to get a Turo rental car. Highly recommended, by the way. Not sponsored, but I definitely think Turo is a great move.
I was telling my parents about that, actually.
Yeah, it was awesome. So we picked up this Turo car, and we have all of our golf stuff. So I'm like, well, we need to get a minivan. So we get into this. We pile into this white 2025 Chrysler Pacifica hybrid. And we're tooting around in West Palm Beach looking for, the restaurant or whatever, clowning on people in Ferraris, calling them losers as we're just mobbing by 4 grown adult men in a hybrid minivan.
Oh my God, dude.
And it was great, and we got to the place we were going, so we parked at the parking garage. It was kind of hard to find There he is. There it is. Look at that. Now imagine 4 strapping young gentlemen in that.
3 of them which just shot a 105.
Yeah. I mean, we're defeated. We're in the minivan. It's got black wheels. It's
go on a trip with your friends, guys. Just do it.
Just do it. It's a lot of fun. The golf thing is optional. Go on a trip. Go do something. Get out there. But we get to the parking garage. It's kind of busy down there because we didn't realize there was a Calvin Harris music festival going on the same day that we're trying to go get dinner on the water. And of course, the restaurant that we chose is directly adjacent to the music venue.
Oh my gosh.
And so we're walking up from the sidewalk to go, and keep in mind this, we're here for a golf trip. We're all big Bob Does Sports YouTube golf guys.
Yeah.
And I'm walking down. Shane is kind of to my left, a little bit behind me, and Dan and Ben were a little further back. We're taking a shortcut to get into the parking lot, and I'm I kind of turn to Shane and I elbow him. I'm like, is that FP? It's no way that's FP, right?
The fat Perez.
Yeah, the fat
Nicholas
Perez.
Stubbe.
The flat Perez. Now, I got to say, he was looking fantastic. But I just walked up to him and I was like, hey, man, love you. Love you, man. And he was like, appreciate it. And he just fist bumped me, and then, I
Shane was, I think, behind you, right?
Yeah, Shane was right behind me, and then this sounds so silly because it's just a YouTube golfer or whatever, but I kind of blacked out for a second. I had Starstruck because this guy is one of my favorite. I never thought I would ever be able to meet somebody like that.
I know,
and
right?
I didn't want to bog down his time and be try to talk to him
because he was with a group of 10 people.
Yeah, so I'm not going to be that guy, but I think I played it well by just saying, hey man, love you, love you, man. Boom.
Yeah.
And then that was that. It's simple. He probably appreciated the recognition and the quick fist bump and didn't have to worry about it again.
Dude, that was crazy because all 4 of us actually weren't an overbearing fan. I was so I was bringing up the rear and I was looking at whatever. I heard someone say FP. I'm like, oh, that would be funny if they were here or whatever. And then we were right walking by and then I saw Dan or whatever dab up. I'm like, that guy kind of looks like fat. And then I was like, oh, FP. I'm like, I was just seeing you this morning. I was watching you. Anyway, sorry, man. Have a great one. And he just goes,
yeah.
And then we walked away, and then I was like, okay, I didn't ruin it. I met one of our heroes, and we did it. We did it.
Yeah, I think we handled that perfectly.
Yeah, but I think for the next half hour, we're
oh yeah,
it was so.
It was
funny.
like a kid in a candy shop, man. It was I was just. Wow.
Wasn't it Tom who's if I saw Joey Colcuts, I would have challenged him to a match or something?
Yeah, because I'm going to try to get in the hater series. First of all, you're not a hater. And that's the biggest problem with the hater series. If you listen to the Brilliantly Dumb show or Bob Does Sports, so I've been listening to Brilliantly Dumb forever.
Before, yeah.
Forever.
You're OG.
Yeah, I'm an OG Bob, Joey Colcuts, and Mikey D fan. I love their content, but if you listen to them talk on Brilliantly Dumb about the hater series, because Joe's obviously on the pod, it's getting overflowed by people that aren't actually haters, and they're just spamming Joey with just garbage nonsense, trying to get on the show.
Yeah.
You can't just try to get on the show. You have to legitimately hate the guy, and otherwise,
You'll go through your history. Yeah,
because I would do that too because I want to play with Joey, but I don't hate him. I would never be a hater because I don't hate. I think that Joey can be annoying, but I don't hate him at all. I feel like I'd get along very well with him. He's also a fellow Canadian.
Oh yeah, that's true. You got the Canadian
although he's
blood.
a West Coast Canadian, so I don't know about that.
Oh, okay, all right, that's fair. But yeah, it was just a very cool thing. You never think to see those people and whatever. So yeah, dude, I wanted to do a quick fire for golf, and we'll just go from there. All right.
Yep.
So, brace yourself? Ready?
I'm ready.
Is golf anger management?
Inherently,
Yeah.
no.
No. Okay. What percentage of golfers think they're better than they are?
45%.
Worst score on round.
Worst? Like
Or actually, no. Worst score on a hole.
9.
Really? That's it? Nice. You want to guess what mine is?
12.
15.
Woo!
I went out of bounds on a par 5 3 different times.
Okay, so
and
that'll
then
do
I 3-putted.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Oh my gosh!
I think mine was a 4-putt or a 5-putt. I think that's what.
I could see. Good for you, man. What's worse, triple bogey or missing a 2-footer?
Triple.
Oh, should trash talk be allowed in golf?
Yeah. Yes, but it's it has a time and place.
Okay. Where would you have your dream golf round? Like, who would it be? Or sorry, you already said that at Taconic. Who would your dream golf round be with?
My foursome?
Yeah.
It would be me, Tiger Woods. You have to play with Tiger.
Yeah.
This is a tough one. Quite honestly, Fat Perez. I'd probably put Fat Perez in there, FP. And then our fourth would be, I feel like we need just like a character for the fourth, like the Duke.
Oh my God.
Like just something that is just like lighting things up, kind of rallying the stuff up, and I feel like that would be really interesting.
Oh my gosh, man. Mulligan or integrity? Integrity meaning like, the snobby.
Yeah, no, it has its time and place. Again, like it depends on what you're doing. If you're playing with your buddies and you're out having a good time, take a mulligan. Do it, because you're not going to enjoy your round if you're trying to play like with integrity and you just shoot a 94 because you're having a bad day. So go ahead and take that mulligan. In obviously in a tournament sense, you can't do that, and so that's what makes the game like fully integral, I guess.
Okay. Range hero or course fraud?
What do you mean by that?
So like it means like I think that means like you're like on the range. Do you play like? Are you the guy that you'll play better on the range or worse or better on the course?
Oh,
I played better on a course and terrible on range.
Yeah, so
but I can't say that within the last because we've only played like 4 rounds together, Rick. But you'll see.
I only really use. I don't really like warming up on the range before I play that much.
Yeah,
I like to get a couple swings in and just kind of like get the feel, but that's really it.
Yeah.
If I'm out there practicing, like whatever I hit on the range is pretty similar to what I hit on the course, so it's going to be pretty similar either way.
Walk or cart?
I prefer walking.
Oh, okay. Music on the course?
Yes, I love music on the course. When I play alone, I'll walk alone and I'll have earbuds in, listening to music the entire time I'm playing.
4 or just hope for the best?
I think you need to yell 4.
Blame the wind or blame yourself? Oh, blame the wind or blame the conditions?
It's so easy to blame the wind. It's so easy to blame the wind because you get a shot and be like, oh, the wind took it 40 yards left. When in reality, you probably had a lot of like left-hand spin on that ball. So really, take an extra second to figure it out for yourself and understand what the conditions are like. Yes, the conditions are hard, but you can't just blame the wind and say it was that.
Nice, dude. Skull or chunk?
I would much rather chunk the ball than skull the ball.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Driver confidence level. I must have gotten this from online. Delusional or realistic?
My confidence level in my driver? Well, it's broken in half at the moment. Shout out Sandhill Crane. But my confidence with my driver is very high, and it always has been.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I need to have confidence in it to hit it well. And so it's almost like a false confidence, but it ends up working for me. So.
Oh my gosh. 3-putt, tragic or routine?
Tragic.
Okay. Beer on hole 1 or hole 10?
It depends on the situation.
Best excuse for a bad shot?
That's kind of a difficult one.
Yeah.
The best excuse for a bad shot, it depends on how bad the shot was, but let's say you chunked one. Best excuse would be something like you something like a a bug flew in your ear, or something that nobody else could verify.
Sun in your eyes.
Right. Yeah, the sun's in my eyes.
Oh my gosh. Most overrated club in your bag.
Overrated?
Overrated.
Like the club itself, or the way I hit it?
The way you hit it, I guess.
The way I hit it. My most overrated club in my bag is my putter. People think that I'm a very, very good putter. I'm not that good of a putter. Really not.
You're functional.
I'm functional at putting, but it's not the strong point of my game. A lot of people believe it is.
But are you trying to make 15-footers, or are you?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. That was a dumb question on my part. Is golf a sport or a lifestyle? I guess you already asked.
I already kind of answered that. I feel like golf is a game, not a sport.
Wow. Okay. And last thing before we move on to our next segment, Rick. So it turns out that, like I said, who knows where it will go or whatever. But when we first met each other, it was the end of the. I don't know if it was the end of the golf season or before that.
No, it was right at the end, I think.
Right at the end?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because
we played at
Scottish
Highlands.
Yeah, and that was like you had 6 birdies that day, too.
I shot 1 under that day at Scottish Highlands.
It looks like we have a possible group together for trying a little YouTube golf. Right now, I put one, I think I sent it to you. I put one of our... we did like a YouTube, like we tried to do a break par at Amherst in like the worst condition. It was like 48 degrees, crazy windy. I shot it on the phones, and I ended up using this like tracer software, which it wasn't too bad. But I'm like, we gotta. It looks like Shane was really into it, and a lot of people said they want like you should do it again and whatever. So if it keeps going on well, like I know we were talking about like buying, like the GoPros for the carts.
Yeah, I think that could be like. That could be one of the best things that we do, is getting out there.
Because you're the fat Perez of the group. You're the stick.
And imagine this.
And you're funny.
Thank you, Ben.
You're welcome.
I attempt that. But yeah, I'm very, very excited for that, because I feel like we're going to get some really good content, and we're going to be able to take it to places where, like, get other people into golf that may not be people.
Yeah, because I'm like terrible. Shane's like an athlete, but he still can. He's like a cold cuts type.
Yeah, he's kind of like Joey. Yeah, the D man. Yeah. and then Dan,
there's Tom's, who's just an enigma.
Dan is kind of like the big ticket. He kind of reminds me of the big ticket. Shout out Ticket if you're watching.
Shout out Ticket. Oh my God. Okay, good stuff, man. So we'll see what happens, but I'm definitely thinking whether we start. I don't know if you want to start out with like a breaking part, like Pass the Conaway, or we want to start doing like.
I think we start with a.
We're not going to start with stroke play. I tell you that.
No. What I think we should do is a scramble stroke play challenge, kind of like the old school.
Or we can do 9 holes, and not 18.
Scramble 9-hole stroke play challenge, where we have to beat a specific number, kind of like some of the old BDS videos where they did like, we have to shoot less than 180 to win, or whatever.
Yeah.
Total. But we'll do we're not going to do the total thing. We'll do it scramble wise.
Yeah.
So it's like, to beat our score, we got to shoot a 34 on 9 holes.
You know, it'd be crazy if we did me, Shane, and Dan take you scramble.
We could. I mean, we could do the gauntlet too, where it's each one of you.
Oh my goodness!
Goes through and plays a hole against me.
Oh my goodness, dude! Oh, that would be crazy. Will we need more than one person or would you just do a 9-hole gauntlet?
9-hole gauntlet. Yeah, we could do that, or we could do it how they do it typically, which is like 16 holes. But that would be, we'd need a little bit more. We'd need more people.
Yeah, we need another person
to face me, because then it would be, because I have to beat you twice. Is the name of the game.
Yeah.
So you beat everybody twice, and I would win. But if you guys take me to, like, let's say hole 12, and I haven't beaten all of you twice, then you guys win.
Yeah, we could get whether we get one of your friends or I have a couple people, like my friend Robert or someone else, where we could. He was in the first video that we did, but it's just something fun to do. And honestly, it's funny because even when like people say whether it's Bob Does Sports or Good or Rick Shields or the Brian Bros or all that stuff, like they started off like super basic stuff, and like I said, these iPhones really can't they're iPhone 11, so they're super old or whatever, but they if you shoot them 4K and whatever, and until you get whatever, like a drone fly over the place, like you can really I remember Shane, even when he came on, was saying even for like our first YouTube golf video, it was actually wasn't that bad despite the wind or whatever. We shot terrible. We shot one over as
It'll take time. It'll take a few times to go through, like, and kind of understand the best way to, like, film our videos. Yeah. And then at the end of the day, we just kind of do what works and try to get, people to watch it. If you watch it and you're laughing and you're enjoying it, then that's the name of the game. That's what we're trying to do.
You need to find out, like, a good name for it. Because I was originally, I think we did it right before we were started hanging out more, and I was like, oh, let's call it BS Golf, but not serious. But then I'm like, but BS is just my name, and I'm like, I'd rather be the cameraman now because I'm so insecure about my golf
game. What about, so I'm left-handed and you guys are all right-handed. Yeah. So what if it was swinging both ways? So it's kind of a play on words.
Swinging both ways is the...
Yeah, like swinging both ways.
Oh, shoot, dude.
Swinging from both sides. Something like that. Like
we'll run that by Shane tonight.
Yeah, we'll run it by him. I think that's kind of a funny play on words of, like, insinuating that we have, like, a gay lover relationship. But then also, like, no, but it's just because we play golf lefty and righty. That's all,
Yeah. Okay, sweet, man.